When was the last time you had a sit-down conversation to reimagine education post-pandemic? The current education system is not working in terms of equity, democracy, or learning. Schools should be the building blocks that create opportunity and careers for young people in their lives, yet we see huge disparities in access to education. Now in the pandemic, it's crucial to have Wi-Fi and computers to even join class. And even students with adequate resources discuss their needs about educational reform, from learning how to do taxes to better mental health support. If we want a democracy, we need to practice democracy, and young people need opportunities to engage, to discover how to be involved in their own communities. 100 Days of Conversations creates discussion amongst students, teachers, and parents, bringing both the wisdom of adults and the innovation of young people, to find common ground and be catalysts for change.
100 Days of Conversations is a nationwide collaborative project organized to catalyze proactive and positive conversations between students, educators, and families about the future of school for the first 100 days of the new administration. So the project began in January 20th and has been extended to May 31st because of the momentum it has gained. So these conversations are going to be analyzed and highlighted for collective dreams, and they will be turned into policy advocacy briefs, which are going to be shared back to the participants with the state and federal education department, and also with the non-profit organizations and educators. So how does it work? One person will agree to host a conversation between 5 and 8 people, preferably a mix of young people and adults. And then everyone will meet via a Zoom link, and they will consent to the process. And thereafter, the host will read through the facilitation guide that will lead to a positive and connecting conversation.
We're hearing a lot of frustration and displeasure from students and educators alike about the stagnant state of education in the United States today. But we're also hearing a lot of hopes and dreams for reconstructing a brighter, a better future for all educators, students, and communities to thrive together.
Schools, we're not taught how to grow food. We're not taught how to pay our taxes. We're not taught how to even sew, mend clothing if we really need it. If you don't have money to buy new clothes. I feel like more curriculum like that, or at least options and opportunities to do that, could be really beneficial to anybody of any age, honestly.
I would say proud of, or maybe even more important, grateful for the community and the way they have persevered through what I would call twin pandemics. So the pandemic of COVID-19, but also the long-standing pandemic of racial injustice in our society that became so much more visible for more people.
It's not one of those, these questions weren't questions that you could only think of for 2 seconds and then give a short answer. It required us to think a lot more deeply about our experiences. And I really appreciated that because I think it helped us get to know each other's experiences with school, with life, and how we want to, reimagine, re-envision what our education system can look like. So
the conversational nature of 100 Days of Conversations is what sets this project apart from surveys and feedback forms that schools are already using. Humans are social by nature, and we can draw on this existing strength by hosting conversations rather than trying to break down these super broad questions about the future of school into an individualized survey. In addition, the results of a conversation are always going to be different than the results of a survey due to people spending more time with the questions and pulling inspiration from other participants in the conversation, especially when we get to bring together participants of different generations and different roles within education. We have also tackled one of the most obvious advantages to using a survey over a conversation, which is the ease of collecting data. Thanks to our partnership with Local Voices Network, we can easily pull data on what topics were spoken about in each conversation pretty easily. Finally, these conversations are just a start. If we want to foster more open communication and listening in school communities, we can begin by hosting some conversations.
If this all resonates for you and you're wondering how do you get involved, know that a growing number of schools and districts are organizing a number of conversations within their communities as part of a student and family engagement process. If you do it through us, you will hear directly from young people, educators, and families in your community, and you can use those insights to inform your planning for the summer and next school year. Perhaps most importantly, your Community members will feel heard and valued if you provide this opportunity for them to share their perspectives and if you really listen to what they have to say. So this is potentially the first step to a really smooth transition back to next school year.
There's such a powerful message in hearing these voices. We're still seeking young people and adults to get involved. You can join the initiative at 100daysofconversations.org and sign up to host a conversation. Further, you can draw attention to the movement by sharing our social media handle at 100daysconv. Help us spread the word about a growing movement to catalyze conversations centered around student voice and foster a deeper connection between educators and students, and donate to help the cause on our website. We hope that this message inspires you to seek out students and listen to them. The act of listening to students is a powerful process because we're teaching students by listening to them. The act of listening is, in and of itself, a valuable learning experience. Stop a moment and listen. The act of just sitting down and listening is an incredible opportunity to learn and grow.